Rohan Webb, State Secretary of the Queensland and Northern Territory branch of the Australian Manufacturing Workers Union. Well, we're in July. What a big half year we've already had. I've got both Dan and Josh here with me today. We just want to do like a half year in review. A lot of activity across the branch, a lot of activity across the union. Some great wins for working people. It is clear that we're out there and we're fighting a good fight on behalf of our members through negotiations, through dispute settlements and a whole range of different things. We just thought we'd put a little clip together and give you a half year in review. What I'm going to do is I'm going to flick over to Dan and we're going to talk about Queensland Rail.
Thanks, Rohan. Dan Peatey here. I look after the legal and industrial team in the Queensland Northern Territory branch. And yeah, as Rohan said, it's been a big half year, Queensland Rail in particular. So our maintenance members there have been looking for a pay rise that matches cost of living, and they're also chasing some standardisation across their classification structure across the three agreements that Queensland Rail has. So our workers earlier this year started taking industrial action. Queensland Rail's approach to that was to essentially refuse partial work bans, which forced our members into full-day stoppages. Then there was a bit of a legal stoush earlier this year. Queensland Rail took us to the Fair Work Commission and tried to suspend our industrial action. And I'm happy to report that our legal team saw that challenge off, and we've cleared the way for those workers to keep pushing. They're just wrapping up a period of 6 or 7 weeks of intensive bargaining now. And we expect that either Queensland Rail will come to the table in a big way or industrial action may escalate again.
I've got to say, big shout out to our QAL members. They've stood the test of time. They're willing to take the fight up at Queensland Rail. They're just looking for a fair and just sort of outcome, and I think they're going really well there. And Josh, RACQ, right? Historic this year. Anything happened there?
Yeah, what an outcome it was for our members at RACQ. As Rohan said, my name is Josh Thornton. I'm the organising coordinator for the AMWU Queensland Northern Territory branch. For the first time in over a quarter of a century, our members at RACQ took protected industrial action. They had a really simple claim and a really simple catch cry. They wanted parity with their workshop colleagues. Even though these members of ours in the patrol section spend days at a time out in the field, braving the elements, dealing with people in highly stressful situations, they weren't paid the same as those working in the workshop area. We thought this was extremely unfair and we need to sort that out. So what our members did, they put their shoulder to the wheel, engaged in some protected industrial action, as I said, for the first time in 25 years, and we've got an outstanding outcome. It wasn't just the parity with the workshop, there was a whole suite of other improvements in terms and conditions in their EBA. And most importantly, they didn't concede a single thing. Nothing was given up to get their pay rise or their improved terms and conditions. So I really do commend our members at RACQ. They did an outstanding job. Were led exceptionally well by the AMWU in terms of organising team. We had rallies on the side of the road. We got some really favourable media for what we were trying to do. And that really parlayed that into an exceptional outcome. So I do commend all the members and everyone involved in that campaign.
Power to their arm. And then another good one, mate, Phosphate Hill. Long campaign we've been running there, and I've got to tell you, to get that decision through Fair Work recently, what do you reckon?
Yes, so very, very happy to report that a couple of weeks ago we got the decision back from the Fair Work Commission that just absolutely clarified going forwards we do have coverage of all of the workers at the Phosphate Hill fertiliser site. Very timely too. Just in the last week or two, the sale of that to their new owners has gone through, meaning that those workers are guaranteed a sustainable pipeline of work. And just in the last week, the enterprise agreement negotiations are going to be kicking off. So very, very happy to report that those workers have got a clear runway to take the fight to their new employer and set a new standard for production working fertilisers.
Gee, there's a lot happening, I've got to tell you. And Josh, we only saw just this week all our members, along with members of the AWU and the ETU at QAL.
Yeah, that was phenomenal. Really good turnout. We had an excellent mass meeting there with over 200 AMWU members there, endorsed their logger claims to start bargaining with QAL. Obviously, QAL, a very historic site there in Gladstone, been there well over half a century. Our members had to engage in protected industrial action last time to really fix up a lot of critical problems with that agreement. That was an excellent outcome there. So right now the members are gearing up for what potentially could be another fight, but it's clear from the footage we've seen and from talking to the members and organisers on the floor, everyone is locked in. There is solidarity is very high at that site, and I think we're gearing up very well for negotiations are kicking off very soon, and then we will see where it goes later in the year, leading up to expiry. If the members need to have a dash, they will have a dash. They've proven that in the past. So I'm quietly optimistic. I think the guys will deliver a great outcome.
And the big Australian BHP, Dan, Mate, it wouldn't be a half year in review without a bit of a story on BHP. What's been happening to BHP?
Oh, look, BHP certainly keeps our team busy. They've continued to resist same job, same pay across the coalfields up there in the Bowen Basin. Obviously, we got that great win in the High Court earlier in the year, basically paving the way to continue what we've been doing, saying that if you're on a BHP mine site, you're doing the same work as BHP, you should be paid the same terms and conditions. We've rolled that out at Cavill Ridge Mine. That went to hearing last month. We're waiting on that decision, and we're about to file applications for a number of other contractors too. So watch this space in terms of same job, same pay, and also the BMA Central negotiations, which is that overarching agreement that's incredibly important for not just the mines that it covers for BHP, but those other contractors that we're winning same job, same pay for. It sets the terms and conditions for them too. So I know there's some very good delegates leading the charge there, and yeah, all power to them.
Well, I've got to say, it's only a snapshot of the first half of the year. It's been big, but get ready for the second half too. Like Labor Day this year, Labor Day in Queensland, across Queensland in the Northern Territory is just huge. The rollout that comes out each and every year. Just want to say a big shout out to our members and their families for the rollout there. Had a massive delegates forum here in Brisbane earlier this year. Watch that space. There might even be another get together before the end of the year. But I think more importantly, a lot of work to do between now and the end of the year, and that's going to be, you've got big negotiations at Hastings Deering, Wilmar, the list is endless. What you need to have the most confidence in, we've got a team of committed officials, delegates, legal people, our whole outfit is ready to roll for the rest of the year. Stay tuned, stay in connect, and I've got to say, those who aren't on board, get on board, join the union, we get some really good stuff done.